Today in Weekly Muse, it is indeed a new year, and that means that everybody gets to start making New Year's resolutions.
Oh
And
boy.
yeah, isn't that fun? And we are no different, but we are kind of
Extremely
modifying.
different.
We are going to modify this segment a little bit, though. So we present New Year's resolutions we might plan on keeping this time. No promises. And so, we don't want to commit too hard to anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never.
No. If we committed too hard to something, we might end up doing 300 episodes of a show. Anyway, so Alex, you've been thinking a little bit recently, maybe with eggnog. I'm not sure. Reflecting back on your life. No, that's a no. Okay, never mind. But going into 2022, did you have any new resolutions or changes that you were thinking about making?
For my life or for like the
for just
podcast?
For anything.
I generally don't make resolutions. That's not typically something I do because I generally don't keep them.
That is very typical, actually. Most people don't keep their New Year's resolutions past about, I think they said 1 or 2 months.
Well, a lot of people, I feel like, tend to make resolutions about their health or their weight or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it generally goes well for the first couple weeks, I guess, and then it falls off really fast.
Right. Some of that is because it starts to be whatever your goals were. You were very ambitious at the start, and then you realize that it's not sustainable long term because it's a big change for you to make. I saw a CGP Grey video the one time where he was talking about the idea of not making resolutions, but having a theme for your year. Theme. Yeah, if you say this year's theme is health, for instance. And so when you go and do stuff, you kind of just think does this match with the theme for the year of trying to improve your health? And so it kind of just leads you in that direction without making I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then trying to hit check marks.
That's fair. I like that. Instead of New Year's resolutions, it's New Year themes.
New Year themes, yeah. We can do New Year themes.
If I were going to do a theme, it would either be for more gaming, not just computer gaming.
Oh, sure.
But more tabletop stuff, because I do have a D&D game now that I'm playing, or DMing, so that. But I think a better theme for my new year would be to work on creativity stuff.
Okay. So you have kind of a theme of creativity. Creativity is going to be your thematic 2022.
Yeah, I have
year of creativity.
A bunch of things I'd like to get done, or like to work on.
Sure.
So if I could work on those, that'd be great.
Yeah. So, year of creativity. Yeah. That seems like a good idea. I mean, I think we're all trying to be a little bit more creative in most of the things that we're doing anyway. I mean, trying to at least knock out the time and have the energy to do it.
Energy is a big one for me, especially because I work overnights.
Yeah, time frames are definitely a tricky one for you.
Yeah.
But who knows? So now when you have a moment and you're thinking about what you want to do, just start thinking about your theme of creativity for the year.
Yeah.
And then you'll work on that.
You know what we need to do sometime, Nathan? We need to do a segment or an entire show about different methods and helpful tips for people to create and do things, and hey, maybe tips for people that have ADHD or other things that are making it difficult for you. I think it'd be great to have some people on who could help talk about some of those things.
Like when you have trouble letting things go. or you have an OCD or something to that
Letting
effect.
things go sounds more like you need
A song, like I'm out in the woods right now,
Yeah.
as you can see from my
a
background
Disney
here.
musical.
Yeah,
that.
actually, my snowy landscape that I am currently behind on this really does fit very well for basically I'm in Frozen.
No, I
I'm
just
in
mean
Frozen.
for like creativity type stuff for like
Mm-hmm.
writer's block or executive dysfunction, or like maybe you have a hard time. Like personally, my thing is I have an incredibly hard time getting anything from my brain
Mm.
out onto paper or written down or into any format that is not in my brain.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually a pretty common occurrence. I have a little bit of that too. Just that it's that kind of thing, right? Where you have like, oh, this would be great stuff to make, but I don't know when or
Yeah.
how.
Well, anyways, TLDR, you can cut this part if you want to because it's a little rambly off topic, but I think it'd be great to have some something at some point, like tricks to being able to do some of these things a little easier for people.
That would be useful for us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. So theme of creativity, okay, very good. Any particular things that you were gonna hopefully do this year?
Well, again, I do have my D&D game with Crave and my son, and potentially one other person. They don't flake on us. So I'm teaching newbies how to play D&D
Great.
and relearning how to DM after a very long time of not doing it with modules, so it's way different. So I'm learning how to run a module. But for creativity, like I do from doing this and from some other stuff, I have an idea for like either a D&D campaign or a D&D setting I would like to work on. Potentially,
Sure.
like even just a theme or like a world or something like that.
Okay.
So I'd love to be able to work in that. There's some stuff for TBK that I'd
Yes.
love to do as well that we've
Mhm.
talked about.
Yeah.
So being able to be creative in those aspects and to work on just to work on things that either I or we want to work on and get them done and look at them and be like, wow,
You want to become
um,
Owen Wilson.
wow.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
become the Minecraft guy. Wow.
Who did that in Minecraft? Was that those are the little villagers? Are they the ones that make that sound? I can't remember.
Something like that. They don't make wow, but they
Wow.
sound like that.
Yeah, I know they do the.
Huh.
Huh. Yeah.
Huh.
You can see how much I play Minecraft.
Not enough. Also, throwback to things that I missed completely when we were talking about beta games and early access games. Minecraft is one I got in beta.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Back when it was still in beta.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
there is that. Yeah. Yeah. So I think my theme is more retrospective. I was going to try and go back and look at things again a little bit more than I had. So one of the goals that I had this year is to go back to some of the stuff that I had played previously, and just look at it again, do a little bit of secondary analysis on it, and just see if any of that was genuine or if or if it was actually that good. Because sometimes I'll play things that either weren't good or I didn't like or I just thought were mediocre, and then you'll come back to it a little bit later and wonder if that was actually maybe better than you thought, or if you played something and you were at the time thought this is great, and then you get it back in your hands and realize, no, this doesn't hold up. This does not hold up at all. This is not good. So I was thinking about that. I did want to try and do some more revamping of some of the old ideas that we had and try and do something a little bit different with them, because we had kind of thrown a lot of things at the wall over a few years.
We were talking about that just before we started recording too, yeah.
Yeah. Threw a lot of stuff at the wall, and some of it had merit, but not necessarily worked in the form that it was presented.
Yeah, and some of it was kind of stuff we had great ideas about, or we think that were great, fun ideas, that we just never got around to.
Right.
Like Bear Tank.
Like Bear Tank, or Power Surge, which was a really interesting... Power Surge was
Power
great.
Outage.
Power Outage, yeah.
Whatever.
Or Surge. Surge, I was like, ooh, Surge, that sounds fun. But like, yeah, re-reviews I thought had ideas, had something going for it. Like when I would do these little side things, some of them I felt like maybe they aren't like full things, but it seems like there's some merit to them. And so seeing if there's anything that I can work with from what we had done before, or if it's just time to let them die slow deaths. So again, kind of that retrospective thing, looking at what was there and see what is supposed to be salvageable and what is not.
Yeah.
More that kind of thematic thing. So probably in whatever free time I actually have, being able to go back, look at some of the old things. I've even been, like, in recent days, looking at some of my old videos that I did from the previous channel, and saying, oh yeah, that was good. There might have been something there, but I guess this doesn't really work in the form that it was, or it wasn't sustainable.
Yeah.
So...
Like the entire old podcast.
Like the entire old podcast. Which, in a lot of ways, is kind of why we do this one now. So, it kind of makes sense.
This form is a lot more sustainable.
We think. We hope.
We think.
We hope. Unless a pebble comes along and knocks down your entire special when you want to make one.
Well,
except for that.
All that's sustainable is injury.
It's injury. And also in kind of like a similar vein is trying to think out a little bit further for planning. Because I know that there's like a lot of things that we'd like to do. We've talked about it a little bit on the show about having some guests on, or maybe do some specials throughout the year. But more or less doing some long-term planning on those way ahead of time.
Yeah.
To make sure that we actually like have like an actual thing together, doing all those well ahead of time. I kind of figure, like, well, maybe we should start thinking about the holiday special now for next year.
Yeah.
Just
pretty much.
Just get stuff together.
We're gonna have a hyper overproduced holiday special. We're working on it right now.
We're working on it right now. I'll start that. That way, like, every time, like, something happens and we have an opportunity to, like, oh, that would work for this special or that special, we can just start getting stuff together.
You know what we can do, Nathan, is we can do instead of the 12 days of Christmas, we can do the 12 months of Christmas.
The 12 months of Christmas? the 12 pebbles of Kringle. That's 12 pebble knockdowns. That works.
You ruined it.
12
Can't do it anymore.
12 present knockdowns. There you go. We'll do one every month. We'll do a special. That's good. Yeah. On that note, trying not to overextend myself or ourselves in general. Like, yeah. There's stuff that we want to do, and we can. I think we can do it pretty easily with a little foresight and just a little bit of planning. But then there's also that part where if you start to overextend yourself and try to do too much too quickly, you end up curled up in a ball on the floor, and I prefer not to do that.
Yeah, floors aren't comfy.
No. Unless you're my cats, then floors are great.
You have really nice carpeting.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not even that. I have cats that just, like, find the wood floor, and they're like, yes. Plop down.
They flop.
Yep. It's all...
Everybody do the flop.
Yeah, everybody just flop down on the floor. It's all fine. It's all fine. So there you go. A little bit of an idea of what we're going to look forward to for resolutions, or I guess we're going to go with themes. New Year themes we hope to have for the year. sounds like a better plan. And we're also wondering what kind of themes that you are looking forward to for your new year. So feel free to catch us over on Discord or tell us over with a sound clip on Anchor. And that would work out great.